What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Business Owner Mindset series. My name is Matt from #CashHacks. I want to ask you guys a question. Ray Kroc, Sam Walton, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, McDonald's, and Walmart, right? What do all three of these guys, besides being billionaires, have in common? Humility. Now, a lot of you might say, oh, they're like the richest people in the world. Like, what do you mean that they're humble and have humility? What I mean is that if you read Sam Walton's book, he has a chapter in there where he describes how he got arrested in Brazil because he was crawling around on the floor, and obviously he didn't speak Portuguese. So, they couldn't ask him, like, what are you doing? But he was crawling around on the floor of different stores, his competitors, with a tape measure, trying to measure the distance between the aisles because he was humble enough to think that, you know what, any one of my competitors could know something that I don't. So he used to spend all his time going between all these different competitor stores on his private jet instead of vacationing and all that stuff, just to see what his competition was doing, right? Now, Warren Buffett had mentors, and he worked for different companies until I believe his 50s, when he actually started his own company and turned into a billionaire. But before that, he had different mentors, and he would learn from them. He wasn't that cocky guy saying, I know all about finance, I know about investing, I know what I'm doing. He said, you know what, let me learn from everybody that I can. And even Ray Kroc, he learned from the McDonald's brothers, right? Because he was a milkshake salesman. He was going from place to place trying to sell equipment and stuff to restaurant establishments. And when he came across the McDonald's brothers, he noticed that they had perfected the system of food delivery, of how they cook the fries, how they put the burgers together, the price point. And instead of saying, you know what, let me copy these guys and do my own thing, he was humble enough to say, you know what, these guys are experts. I'm not going to try to take from them. I'm going to try to work together with them, and then we can all come up together. So humility is the topic of today. So Napoleon Hill, he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, among other things. I came across this one video on YouTube where he describes the mastermind and what that is. I'm going to read you guys this quote, what it said. Okay, so he said in his Mastermind Principle that the definition of a mastermind is that it consists of two or more people who work in a perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite purpose, meaning that they're humble enough to work together and not want to go it alone, to understand that they don't have all the pieces to the puzzle, that it takes a team. Then he goes on to say that it is the principle that you can borrow from other people's knowledge, achievements, life experiences, and even from their personal success in order to execute your own life goals. That by adapting to this one idea, you can achieve more in a short period than you could in a lifetime by yourself. Learn from your mistakes, but also learn from other people's mistakes. Use your own experience and achievements and accomplishments, but also understand that there's value in other people's experience. Whether it's books, whether you're partnering with somebody directly, the whole point is that you have to be humble enough to understand that we do not have all the right answers, and we do not always make the right moves and decisions. That we can stand on the shoulders of giants, and we can learn from others, from history, we can learn from the past, we can learn from books, but we can also learn from each other, and we can work together to make it work. No one is 100% capable of doing everything that there is that needs to get done to be successful. Even the three billionaires that I just mentioned, they have whole businesses full of people that are running it for them. It's not like Sam Walton bought all these different locations, built the actual Walmarts himself, ordered everything online. When it came to the store, he's the one, ringing you up. No, there's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people who are involved in the process of growing that business. Right? You got investors, you got, the contractors who actually build the buildings, the suppliers, there's a whole supply chain. You got all the employees and the stakeholders, the management team, executives. So just understand that, no man is an island, no woman is an island, and we're not meant to be successful by ourselves. We're not meant to go through this journey alone. So this brings me to another point. You have to be humble enough not only to accept help from others, but then to also give back and to help other people succeed as well, right? Like, for example, when I started my first business, I felt like I could do everything by myself. as I slowly started to realize I needed a team, I tried to build a team, and the way how I went about it wasn't the best way, because I was still focused on my dream, my vision, my goal, and my company, as opposed to how can everybody win. Now, I'm not saying I was a complete jerk. You know, I did try to help people along the way, and, you know, I helped a couple of friends start their own businesses, but my mentality wasn't a team mentality. It wasn't that we're all in this together. It was, I'm going to get mine and I'll help you get yours, but not that we're going to get this together, right? So just realize that there's value in other people's opinions. You don't have to listen to everybody's opinion, because not everybody knows what they're talking about, but everybody has a different point of view than you and me. You know, so even if, let's say, somebody is trying to tell you how to run your business, you know, like they've never worked in the business, they have no idea what they're talking about, they're running their mouth, what they're saying makes absolutely no sense, but you know what? They do have a point of view that's different than yours. You know, maybe they can see the business from the point of view of a customer, right? Where you might not be able to see the customer's point of view as well, because you're the owner of the business, you're trying to run the business. Maybe you can lead the discussion to try to get information from a customer's point of view, or even from an outsider's point of view, who can see the company with fresh eyes. They don't know everything that you know, so they can look at the business without all of the complications that you're going to see. And that might give you a new perspective. That might spark a new idea, or give perspective to a problem that you might be having. And somebody who you know might not be the best one who can help you solve the problems that you're having. Maybe your competition isn't having the problems that you're having. You know, what are they doing differently than you're doing? You know, they might have the answer to a question that you're asking. They might not want to share it, but if you pay attention, like Sam Walton, none of his competition, you know, sat down and told him, hey, look, you know, our aisles are half an inch wider than yours, so it allows for 2 carts to go down, you know, a little bit easier or whatever. Like, nobody told him that, but he went to go find out. So remember, guys, be humble. Learn from everything and everybody around you. Don't think you have all the answers, because none of us have all the answers. There's always something that we can learn, something that we can do better, right? Because we want to progress. It's all about progression. So ask for help if you need it. Help others if you have the opportunity. If you know somebody who could benefit from this video, please share it with them. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, follow a real one, and let's keep it moving.